Good morning, children. Sai Ram. I welcome you all to the online class of economics. Children, today I'm again going to continue with the same chapter, that is chapter number 2nd, and the new chapter is collection of data. Children, this is the second video of this chapter, and in the previous video we have learned part of this chapter. We have learned what is data and what are the various kinds of data. Thereafter, we have learned what is the primary sources of data, the secondary sources of data, and the internal sources as well as the external sources. We do have learned the various methods of collecting the primary sources of data. Now today with this video we are going to learn broadly what is the secondary data and what are the various sources of collecting the secondary data. So let us learn first what is the secondary data. Children, the secondary data are those data that have already been collected by the others. So this data are basically in the form of the journals, the periodicals, the research publications, and the official report. And this data collected for some purpose other than the problem at hand, and the secondary data may be available in the published as well as in unpublished form. So when it is not possible to collect the data by the primary method, then the investigator go for the secondary data. So what is the secondary data? The secondary data are those data which have been already collected and analyzed by some earlier agency for its own use, and later the same data are used by a different agency. So the sources of the secondary data may be of two types. The first one is from the published sources, and the second is from the unpublished sources. And children, please note this point, the various characteristics of the secondary data. In terms of the reliability of the data, we can see that the reliability of data may be tested by checking who collected the data. I mean, the reliability will be understood when the following questions can be better understood, like who is collecting the data, what were the sources of the data, and was the data collected properly. So such kind of collection of data will be suitable where the data are suitable for one inquiry may not be necessarily suitable in other inquiry. I mean, the data that are suitable for one inquiry in the sense may not be the necessary suitable for another inquiry. And the second suitability is like objective scope and nature of the original inquiry must be studied. I mean, when we are going to take the secondary data for an investigation, then we should have check first the nature, the scope, as well as the objective of collecting and the way of collecting the original data. It should have studied first, which then we can collect the secondary data for investigations. Now the adequacy of data we need to be understood. Data is considered to be inadequate if they are related to area which are either narrow or wider than the area of the present inquiry. So this is called as the suitability of the secondary data. So children, the sources of collecting the secondary data can be divided in two categories. The first one is the published sources, and the second one is an unpublished sources. So the various government, international as well as the local agency publish statistical data, and chief among them are like the public sources. I mean, the published sources are the various data that has been collected by the government, by the international and the local agencies, the public statistical data, and the chief among them are like the international publications. They are UNO, WHO, Nature, etc. The other official of government, that is the Department of Drug Administration's control, in the Central Bureau of Statistics. Thereafter is semi-official publications, the semi-government institutions like the municipal corporation, district board, etc., and public reports, etc., were the various sources of collecting the published data. Thereafter, we have the publications of the research institutions, like we some of the Nepal Development Research Institute, and thereafter Nepalese journals of this published the finding of this research program. We do have journals and newspapers also, which is the various way of collecting the secondary data. And in brief, we can learn in the next slide. Now, if we're talking about for the unpublished sources of data, this unpublished sources of data can be collected from the records maintained by the various governments as well as in the private offices. The research is carried out by individual research scholars in the university or the research institutions. This unpublished sources of secondary data can be collected by the various government as well as the private offices, and the various research which has been carried out by the individual research scholars in the universities or in any research institutions are again the secondary way of collecting the secondary data. So according to the Professor Bolle, we can say that it is never safe to be published statistics of this of their face value without knowing their meaning and limitations, as it is always necessary to criticize argument that can be based on them. So children, this is the various sources of collecting the data. So the collection of data can be classified into the two categories. The first one is the published sources, and the second is the unpublished sources. Now, some of the published sources of the secondary data are: the first one, the government publications. Children, the Ministry of the Central and the State Government in India published a variety of the statistics as their routine activity. As these are published by the government, then this kind of data are fairly reliable. So some of the notable government publications on statistics are like statistical government like the Statistical Abstract of India, and you can say the Annual Survey of Industries, Agriculture Statistics of India, and report on, you can say, currency and banking, label gadget, Reserve Bank of India, Bulletin, etc. These are the various government publications of collecting or publishing the secondary data. This data are being published by the government organizations. That is why they are called as they are highly reliable in nature. Now the second is the semi-government publications. Some of the semi-government also published the various statistical data, which is very needful in every fields of life, like the semi-government bodies such as the municipalities or the metropolitan councils publish the data which is related to the education, the health, the birth and the death. So this data are also fairly reliable and useful. Now the third one is the report on committees and commissions. So committee and commissions appointed by the government also furnish a lot of statistical informations to their informations in their report, and same as like the financial committee, monopolies commissions, the planning commission, etc. are some of the notable commissions in India which supply detailed statistical informations in their reports. Next is publication of trade associations. Children, some of the big trade associations through their statistical and research divisions on research divisions collect and publish the data on various aspects of trading activity. You can understand that some of the big trade associations like the sugar mill associations, they are publishing the informations regarding the sugar mills in India are the some of the examples of the report of the commission as well as the committee. So as I just said, this big trade associations are some of are the publications of various statistical and research divisions which has been collected and published the data on various aspects of trading activity. Last one is the publication of research institutions. Children, various universities and the research institutions publish informations as finding of their research activities. In India, for example, Indian Statistical Institute, National Council of Applied Economic Research publish a variety of statistical data as a regular feature. Now, next one is the journals and the newspaper. Children, many newspapers such as the Economic Times as well as the magazines such as the Common Facts for You are also some of the various sources of collecting the secondary data, as this magazines and the newspapers supply a variety of the statistical informations. Thereafter we have the publication of the research scholars. So individual researchers, scholars also sometimes publish their research work which is containing so much useful statistical information, is yet another way of collecting the secondary data. Next is the international publications, like the international organizations such as the UNO, IMF, World Bank, etc. also publish a lot of statistical informations, and these are very useful for conducting any statistical inquiry. So this kind of informations, the publications which is published by this international publications will also consider as the secondary data, and it is very useful. Now we are going to learn the unpublished sources of data. Children, there are some unpublished sources of data as well. So these data are collected by the government organizations and others generally for their self as well as for their official record. So this kind of data are not published, and this unpublished numerical informations may however be used as the secondary data. I mean, this kind of informations we are used for the internal source for this internal sources of data, and it is very useful in conducting the internal investigations. Now children, we have the two important sources of the secondary data, and that is the Census of India and the report and publications of the National Sample Survey Office, that is NSSO. Now the first one is Census of India. Children, Census of India is yet another publications of the Government of India. It is published by the Registrar General in the Census Commission India. It is very comprehensive sources of the secondary data because it relates to the population size and the various aspects of the demographic changes in India. So broadly it includes the statistical information on the following parameters. Now the first parameter says as the size, growth, rate and distribution of population in India, population projections, density of populations, thereafter is the sex composition of population and state of literacy. So these are the various areas of investigation which has been collected through the census method of collecting the secondary data. So the information on these parameters relates to the country as a whole, and as well as the different states in the union territory of the country as well. So as the name suggests, the Census of India is a comprehensive inquiry on the population size, and it relates to the parameters of the changes converting each and every household of the economy. So children, in the census method of collection of data, we are going to include each and every single aspect of foreign investigations. So this is known as the census method. Thereafter we have the report and the publication of the National Sample Survey Office, that is NSSO. So children, the report and the publications of NSSO is yet another important sources of the secondary data in India. NSSO is the government organizations under the Ministry of the Statistics and Program, the statistics and the program implementations. So these organizations conduct the regular sample surveys, which is collected, which is yet to collect the basic informations, the statistical basic informations, this relating to the variety of the economic activity in rural as well as in urban area of a country. So this is the yet another way of publication of the secondary data. So children, in today's video what we have understood first what is the secondary data and what are the various sources of collecting the secondary data. Children, there are two sources of collecting the secondary data. The first one is the published sources and the second one is the secondary sources. Thereafter we have learned the various methods of collecting in each and every sources. So children, that's all for today. I hope today's video will get you understand the basic introduction of the secondary data and the various methods of collecting the secondary data. So thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day and Sai Ram.